Advanced Math, Lesson 69, Matrices and Determinants. Since that last lesson took like 15 minutes, I'm not going to talk about matrices too much. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk about those in class. Main thing you need to know is it's a grid for organizing information, and it's read in two numbers. This matrix A would be read as a 2 by 3 matrix, counting the rows first, 1, 2 by 1, 2, 3, rows and then columns. Matrix B would be a 2 by 2. This would be a 2 by 4. This would be a 2 by 6. Here we would have a 3 by 3, 3 by 1, 1 by 3. So this is tricky, right? Yeah. So one row, three columns. This would be a 4 by 2, and then this would be a 1 by 1, or just one information of data. Anyway, so this is a matrix. I'm going to focus on determinants. So a determinant is kind of like the, what do you call it? The solution, not quite the solution, the answer to a matrix. It's what you get when you if you wanted to evaluate a matrix. So the way the determinant works is, we're only working with 2 by 2s now. So with a 2 by 2 matrix, you can make a determinant by pretty much cross multiplying, which you see here is you take the top left number, you multiply down. The first number then subtracts the answer to the second number. So we'll do a couple of these. And the book will just tell you to evaluate them. So it'll say evaluate the following matrix: -4 over 2, -3 over 7. Right? I lose focus. There we go. So it'll tell you to evaluate that matrix. The way we're going to do it is we're going to cross multiply. I will take -4 times 7. That gives me -28. And then I will subtract the other number that I cross multiply. So 2 times -3 is -6. So minus -6. This becomes plus positive. -28 plus 6 equals -22. And that is my determinant. Super easy. All right. We'll do one more just to make sure you guys are getting it. So let's say we've got, actually, we don't need to. That's it. We got more complicated things. So for the simple example, that's it for the simple example. Let's go to the harder one. So they're going to use these in equations. The equation that this one would have been set up in would have been that -4 over 2, -3 over 7 would have equaled -22. That would be an equation. Now they're going to take a piece out and then have you solve it. The next example does that for us. It looks like this. We have x plus 4, then we have 2, and then we have 3 and 4. And that all equals 18. So it's set up in this format where it's already got the determinant. We know that the determinant is 18, but we're missing a piece in the matrix. So we're going to cross multiply and solve. So what we get here is that, let's see here, 4x plus 16. So we get 4x plus 16 minus 6 equals 18. So to solve that, we just combine like terms here. That becomes plus 10. Subtract 10 from each side. I get 4x is equal to 8. I divide by 4. And then I get x is equal to 2. Right, so that's another way to solve a matrix C. The hardest example that they have makes you use a quadratic to solve. It looks like this. We have x plus 4 over 3, and then 5 over x plus 2, and the determinant is -5. So you can see here when we multiply this way, we're going to have to FOIL. So if we FOIL x plus 4 times x plus 2, we get x squared. 4x plus 2x gives us plus 6x, and then 4 times 2 gives me plus 8. That's going to be subtracting 3 times 5, which is 15, so minus 15 equals -5. Let's see here, 8 minus 15 is -7. See here, x squared plus 6x minus 7 equals -5. If I set this equal to 0, I'm going to have to add 5 to each side. So then I have x squared plus 6x minus 2 equals 0. So I definitely cannot factor this. I could try to use complete the square. I think quadratic formula would be faster. So A is going to equal 1, B equals positive 6, and then C equals negative 2. So I've got negative 6 plus or minus square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 2 all over 2 times negative 2. All right. So I just plugged quadratic formula into all of that. Let's solve it. Denominator is going to be negative 4. Here, the determinant is going to be 36 minus, actually negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8 times 1. So 36 plus 8. And then here we're going to have negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 36 plus 8. Excuse me. 36 plus 8 is 44. So my answer is going to be negative 6 plus or minus square root 44 over negative 4. Can I simplify this any more? I think so. Huh. Hold on. Whoops. Okay, I just caught myself. I put 2c on the denominator. This should have been 2a, so it should have been 2 times positive 1, not negative 2. So that means my denominator is actually positive 2. So yeah, I can simplify this way better. So if I've got negative 6 plus or minus square root of 44 all over 2, I can separate this into two fractions. First one being negative 6 over 2, plus or minus the second one being square root of 44 over 2. I can simplify this even more because negative 6 over 2 reduces to negative 3. Oh, how did I end up using this whole paper? There we go, negative 3. And then square root of 44, I can factor out a 4 and an 11. 4 would be 2 and 2, so this becomes 2 root 11 over 2. The 2's cancel, so I have negative 3 plus or minus square root of 11. That's my answer for x. Okay, struggling on the quadratics there. That's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know on Moodle, and I'll see you in class.